Guys, I'm excited to welcome you back to round number 4 of Grand Chess Tour Super Bad Chess Classic Romania 2025. And in the fourth round, we have a very exciting matchup between Maxime vachier-lagrave, one of the old school guys. I've been knowing Maxime, he plays in top tournaments since I was maybe 10 years old. When I started, because I was closely watching different tournaments and Maxime was always there. And Gukesh, who only recently joined the elite, the top, became the world chess champion. And we have Maxime vachier-lagrave versus Gukesh. Let's go. So Maxime goes e4 and we have e5 by Gukesh. Knight f3, knight e6, and now Maxime doesn't go for Rai Lopez, he doesn't go for Italian, he plays the Scotch d4. So usually you kind of want to go for something that is not so explored. Once again, Scotch is somewhat like a second sort of opening. Again, it's playable even on highest level, but bishop b5 or bishop c4 just look more solid. E takes d4, knight d4, and after bishop c5, many people would just go maybe, I'm not sure, bishop e3, queen f6, c3, I'm not sure, because I think I saw people play this. I can't say it's bad, but yes, it turns out that probably knight b3, just chasing the bishop back, is slightly better. Knight c3, queen f6, now attacking on f2. Some beginners would play, oh, I'll just develop, full castle next move. No, queen f2. Okay, just to demonstrate you better, so that the bishop doesn't block the second rank, queen f2 is a checkmate. So queen e2, protecting the pawn, and potentially saying that, alright, I'm going to go long castle. Bishop e3, short castle, long castle, d6, queen goes to d2, setting up some bishop g5 ideas. Now bishop e6, bishop b5, queen g6, attacking the pawn g2, but I don't think it's the main idea. One of the ideas might be actually to go f5 in near future, because queen g2, rook g1, and suddenly there are a lot of threats on g file. H4, f5, h5, queen f7, h6, pushing the pawn all the way up to h6. g6, bishop goes to g5, a6, now bishop takes, and now black have two bishops. Knight d5, threatening some knight f6, queen c3, and a lot of discovery attacks. Bishop d5, e takes d5, knight e5. Rook h4, rook goes to e8, pawn goes to f3, blocking the effectivity of this knight on e5. Bishop a7, king goes to b1, prophylaxis move, and now bishop goes to b6. And now it looks like Gukesh is slowly running out of moves. He doesn't know what is the best way to improve his position, and it's really hard to come up with any way, because yes, knight is kind of active on e5, but it can't do anything, and all other moves, like you can't really move the pieces around, you can't really play c6, your potential idea might be a5, a4, but after e5, white can play a4, and then suddenly b5 becomes weak, so it's not so easy to play with black, so it's definitely unpleasant for Gukesh. Knight goes to a5, and now c5 is a very, very crucial mistake. So once again, computer says rook a8, but imagine playing this from a black side and your best chances to play rook b8. Yes, it's not lost, but it's very important. I remember I played in the World Junior Chess Championship. Last round, I was playing against a guy from Switzerland. I guess he was rated 2340, and I was defending throughout the whole game. And then, being in the time scramble, he made one mistake. He was pressing me the whole game. All I need just to play very passive, just stand and wait for him to actually take action. And he tried to, trick me, but eventually he blundered the pawn, offered me a draw, but I didn't accept, and I ended up winning later. And in the following game, yes, rook a8 looks passive, but at this point, you probably will be better going rook a8 than going c6, knowing that your d6, and then if white capture and pass on c6, will become two weaknesses. So yes, passive but holdable. And this is how it should be. c5, and now d takes c6, b takes c6, and as you might see, there is an error going to queen d6. So now the point is, if queen d6, there is bishop a5, and black just take a piece. So first, queen goes to c3. Now the idea is, of course, to play rook d6. We couldn't take on d6, but now queen protects the knight on a5 from c3, and rook d6 is indeed a threat. Bishop c5, and now rook goes to a4. So, you know, looking at this game, I was like, yeah, rook a4 is fast according to the computer, but like, what is this move? That's like purely computer move. The problem is, I mean, I would probably play something like along a3, but rook a4 is something that doesn't really come to mind. Like, you look at the position and you're like, rook a4? Like, what on earth is this move? So rook goes to a4, queen goes to c7, a3. Rook a7, bishop f4, and the pawn structure is just insanely bad. And unfortunately for Gukesh, he ends up collapsing. So the structure is bad, rook goes to e1, and Gukesh simply resigned the game. Because now he has to protect this knight. Knight can obviously not go anywhere. f7, g4, d3, f3, c4 due to the spin. And if rook is 7, there's just rook a5, rook takes on c5, and the game will be over. So yes, absolutely great game by Maxime vachier-lagrave, who once again shows that his experience still is on a very good level. He's still beating the best players on the planet, who is Gukesh. And Maxime moves to 2.5 out of 4, while Gukesh is sitting at 1.5 out of 4 after 3 draws. He finally loses the game. So as far as standings are going, Fabi is still the leader, Maxime vachier-lagrave, Prague, they're all at 2.5 points. Then Wesley, Livon, Bogdan, then Daniel Dak, Ali Reza, and then we have jan-krzysztof Duda, Nadirbek, you can't see it, but I'll tell you, jan-krzysztof Duda, number 8, Nadirbek, number 9, and Gukesh, number 10, they all have 1.5 points after 4 rounds. And Wesley plays Fabi in round number 5, Livon plays Ali Reza, Gukesh plays jan-krzysztof Duda, Prague plays Maxime vachier-lagrave. Some exciting games, go check them out. I still encourage you to go and watch every single game in this tournament, because it will definitely help you understand how top players think, at least some moves, openings. That's very, very beneficial for your chess development. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next recap tomorrow. Bye bye.